today. I'm going to start out with Rayman Legends, and then maybe 30 minutes I'll go ahead and play another game, and so on and so forth. Because basically this is what I'd be doing normally. Like, I was trying to pick a game to play, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just do what I normally would do. You know, if I normally would be playing games, I would normally just, you know, pick a game to play it for like 30 minutes, and then move on to another one. I have a bunch of games that I haven't finished, so that's normally what I do. So I'm like, well, why don't I just do that today? Today's been kind of a weird day, a really rough day. So, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. That's what I'm gonna do. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. So, probably gonna play a little bit of Rayman Legends, and then play something else, and I'll change the stream title to the game, to the other game I'm playing. Kind of like what Vinny does, except, you know, each thing is not going to be played for an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's going to be played for probably 30 minutes. Maybe an hour if I'm really in the mood. And, yeah, I don't know, this might be a fairly long stream. I don't know, like, last stream length. I don't think I'm going to do this for 3 hours, but it'll still be a, you know, probably like a 2 hour long stream. Who knows, since I'm playing multiple games, I might actually be more in the mood to have this stream be like 3 hours. Maybe even longer. So, I might do that. Yeah, it just makes the experience a little more fun if I'm actually, you know, talking. Because normally I just be like, I don't know, probably watching old corruption streams that Vinny's done. I know Vinny just recently put out new corruption material, but, you know, if I'm gonna watch that, I'm gonna watch it without a game in the background, because I want to, you know, experience it. For the first time. So I'd probably just be watching like Nostalgia Critic or old corruption streams. Oh well. You may notice I am somewhat good at this game. I'm not going to say that I'm a master, but I've done like many playthroughs of this game. I've done, well, I started out with a Wii U copy, and then I started out with a Wii U copy. Okay. I've never had that happen before. All right. I started out with a Wii U copy, and then I had to play the Wii U copy again. I had to play the Wii U copy a second time because I got a new, you know, Nintendo ID. Or no, I had to play the Wii U copy a second time because I had to buy a new Wii U because my first one broke. And then I got the game on the PS4 via PS Plus, and I finished it on there. And then I finished the game on Vita twice because I got my original account and then my new account. And then this is the first time playing it on the Xbox One. And why I have so many versions? Well, the Wii U version I don't even own anymore. I sold that version a while back. Or no, I didn't sell it. I had it digital. And when I got my new account, an account where I can actually, you know, I know all the credentials of it, game was gone. Game was gone. Because on my old account, and it's annoying because this happens so many times, but on my original Wii U, Xbox 360, and PS3 accounts, I made the stupid decision of not making my credential, like, basically making it to where I have no idea what they were if I ever tried to, like, replicate, you know, if I ever tried to put them in again. And I'm like, well, at some point I know I'm going to get a new 360, because the 360 that I was using was being borrowed. So I'm like, well, let me just make a new account where I know everything of it. I can remember it. And the PS3 wasn't being borrowed, I just made a really dumb decision. Well, and mainly with the PS3, I mean, I know I was going to get a PS4 and a PS Vita at some point. So I knew at some point I was going to have to put my credentials on there. And I didn't want to, you know, have to make a new one solely to be on the PS Vita and the PS4. And also, you know, I want linked save files. And if my PS3 ever breaks, I want to lose all my data and stuff. So I decided I'd just make a new one. Same thing happened with the Wii U, but because of that, it's like, yep, kind of annoyingly. So the Wii U version was digital. The PlayStation version, PlayStation 4 version, I lost whenever I stopped using PlayStation Plus. And then the PS Vita version I got with my Vita, but I didn't like it. Mainly because, I mean, I don't really like using the touchscreen for Murphy stuff. I've never been a fan of that. So the Xbox One version was $5, and I'm like, alright, good enough, I'll buy that. But I still haven't completed the Xbox One version. But I gotta say, playing it so far, it's definitely the best version of the game. No stupid touchscreen gimmicks. Seriously, I mean... if it was like a Wii U exclusive, I'd understand the touchscreen gimmicks and I'd be fine with it. But the touchscreen gimmicks are so annoying. There's levels that are later on in this game where you like use the touchscreen and you use the touchscreen and you like guide a CPU to the goal. But the CPU goes at a super slow pace and makes the stupidest decisions possible. And it's really, really annoying. Because every time you play it, you're just like, come on, CPU, just like... First off, you're like, get a move on. Because he's going at a snail's pace. And then you're like, just like, jump. It's so easy to do, just jump. Just make a semi-tricky jump that any player could do. But no, they decided to make the stupidest decisions and not try at all, and it's like... this was one of the stages. This is one of the stages in the, from what I remember. Yeah, this is one of the stages from the PS Vita version that requires a CPU. And it's like, hey, guess what? Now I'm just playing as the character, and you know what? If I want to make a tricky jump, I can. Or if I want to die, I can. I missed that. But it's like, you know, if I want to make a tricky jump, I can. Because I'm the player, I can do that. There you go. The CPU wouldn't do that. The CPU would make the most basic decisions possible, and you'd have to guide it, and it's so aggravating and annoying. So, I'm really glad that I don't have that version anymore. I mean, actually, I still do. I haven't sold it yet. I'm gonna sell it eventually. I left that guy alive because I'm not so bad. Oh no. Okay, well now I'm gonna kill him. There you go. But yeah, I mean, I still have it. I just haven't sold it yet. I got the PS Vita version physically, so I can sell it. Because I don't like it. Especially, man, using the... It's the same problems I have with the 3DS version of Rayman Origins. Oh, using the freaking R and L buttons on the Vita just hurts my fingers. Because the R and L buttons on Vita, I mean, they're nice to be pressed like once or twice, but man, they are like... They're nice to be pressed like once or twice, but if you hold them down, oh, they're some of the most annoying things ever. Was this another? I think this was another stage that had a CPU. Or maybe not. There you go. But yeah, holding down the R and L buttons on Vita just hurts my fingers. It does not feel good after a long period of time. Although it is funny because I think if I can remember, at some point I had both Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends on Vita. I think I did. Yeah, I had both. I'm wondering why I sold the Vita version of Rayman Legends, or Origins. I'm wondering, because I do have a 360 digital copy. That's probably why I did sell it, but it's just a little bit weird. It's a weird thing. Like, I feel like I did, but I could be totally wrong. Oh, I missed it. Oh, I missed that too. Wow, I am just not doing very good. I missed that too. Wow, am I just gonna miss everything? Okay, well, at least I got that. That counts. Now, what I'm really wondering, is when I eventually get to the music stages, is that going to be copyright? Because those stages use a background music. Those stages use a background music. There you go. Those stages use background music that's actually like real songs, but the renditions of them are different. So I'm really curious on if I've got copyright strike. This will be kind of a test. Because obviously, like, I'm not gonna play like Lego Indiana Jones, for example. That game has the entire soundtrack is just songs ripped straight from the movie. But this is a rendition, so I'm really curious on. And I'm pretty sure Ubisoft is pretty chill about copyright strikes. So it's not so much that the rendition itself will get copyright strike, it's just, it's a rendition of a famous song. So I'm kind of curious how that's going to go. I think it's going to be fine. I don't really think it's going to be much of an issue, but you never know. Seems fitting to do Rayman Origins after I did Rayman 3. Oh, this is Rayman Legends. The sequel. Yeah, I do own Rayman Legends, or Rayman... Now you've got me mixed up. I do own Rayman Origins, though, and, that might be here? I don't know. It really depends. That actually might be shown off here. After Legends. I'm not totally sure, because I mean, I do own Origins. There's still 12 GBA games left. That's great! That's great. That'll make for a fun stream. Some of them have to be awful. So that'll make for a fun stream. Yeah, I remember the Wii U version had Ray Plumber and like Plumber Glowbox or whatever, and it was Mario and Luigi, and that was like you know, your one special thing for owning the Wii U copy of the game is that you got that. Yay. Yeah, like I said, I don't really know how much I'm gonna play this. I do know it's not gonna be the entire stream. But I'm not really sure how long I'm gonna play this, because I mean, I'm invested. So it might be a little bit, but it's definitely not gonna be an hour and a half. Or longer. Yeah, I knew I wasn't gonna make that. Can I skip this? Yes, I can. Okay. There you go. Oh, man. Also, about Rayman 3, I said it was the best on the system. I completely forgot some of the later levels of that game. That game gets really, really annoying with really, really bad gimmicks and platforming. Like, if I can remember, there's a level where Rayman is on, like, a plum, and it's like a racing type thing. And it's really, really difficult, and it has really bad controls. Yeah, I completely forgot about some of the later levels of Rayman 3. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Probably missed Oh, okay. I missed that. Oh, I didn't. Well, technically I didn't. What's this? Woo! Super Duper Sumos is one of the remaining games. Great! You know, it genuinely, I don't think that game's bad. I think it's a fine beat-em-up. It's just the property it's based off of, the slogan of the show, and the cover art is... yeah. That's where you get into some weird territory. Rayman 3 is like Sonic Advance. First half of the game is great, later levels are not so great. Yeah, except while Sonic Advance still had good platforming and good music, Rayman 3 has pretty generic music and really, really bad platforming. Like, the platforming gets really annoying, and the gimmicks, there's a few gimmicks, and they're really, really bad. And, like, Rayman Racing on a Plum, it's not even... it's a really weird inclusion, and it's really, really bad. Like, the controls are really terrible. And it's one of those things where it's like, I think you have to go through a really long race, and if you lose, you have to redo the entire race over again. And if you get, like, hit by too many items, you have to do the entire thing over again. It's not like a kart racer, it's just like a get-to-the-end scenario. Yes, I know I have lucky tickets. I'll open them later. How to shoot your dragon. This is another stage that was controlled by the AI in the PS Vita version. And the AI would do the most stupidest things ever, and I hated it. So, again, really glad to know. For any people who are curious about buying this game, buy either the Xbox 360 or Xbox One versions. Do not, and I repeat, do not pick up the Wii U, PS4 or PS Vita versions. Just avoid. Is there something over here, actually? Yes, there is. Cartoon Network Speedroid and Miss Nixon's Battle for Kano Island are probably some of my favorites so far. Gunstar Superheroes and Hi-Hat Puffy on Miyumi are close seconds. Yeah, I mean, you know what I know about... You know how I love Speedway, but, Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island, I think, is genuinely, like, a really fun platformer. It's not that difficult, it's got some nice puzzles, it's got really good music, pretty good graphics, I like the gimmicks. I actually think it's a pretty good platformer. And then Hi-Hi Puffy on Miyumi, again, just kind of like Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island. Like, it's an easy platformer, good music, good gimmicks. Gunstar Superheroes I've never really played, mainly because I like Gunstar Heroes, but man, is it challenging. I never really got past, like, the first or second level of Gunstar Heroes, so I never really cared to try the sequel. Well, I think I got through the first level of Gunstar Heroes, maybe the second. I think it's the third is the one that I always got stuck on, which isn't a lot. It's only like 10, 15 minutes in. The puzzles especially, the stuff with Danny reminds me of Mighty Switch Force. Yeah! Yeah, the stuff with Danny's really cool. Later on, you unlock Patrick. Sorry, spoilers. I assume you don't really care. It's a Nicktoons game. Later on, you unlock Patrick, and Patrick can stick to like stick to surfaces and cling onto them, and it becomes kind of like Super Mario World with the grates that you have to climb on. I think... Yeah, you get to play as Patrick. I think... Also, Patrick's first level that he's in has a really catchy song. I forgot what it's called, but it's like a desert area, and the song's super catchy. Anyway, I think you unlock Timmy as well, but to be honest, I've never gotten that far. With Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island, I've played quite a lot of it, but it's one of those situations where, like, I've never had the original game on a cartridge. I was close to getting it at one point, but my version was a broken cartridge. How did I know it was broken? Well, before I even got to play it, I noticed the pins were, like, green. Like they've been corroded. Yeah, so... I never actually got it on cartridge. It seems to be kind of a hard-to-find game. It's not rare, it's just... I can't find it. So, I've only played it on emulators. Well, I mean, I've gone from emulator to emulator to emulator, from computer to computer. So, I've only really played, like, the first half. I've never actually gotten to see the end of it, or seen, you know, a big majority of it. Because, I mean, I've always just had to restart my save file whenever I swapped to a new emulator, or did something like that. Or, like, I would play it on, like, Game Boy Advance online websites, and of course, with that, I mean, with something like that, you know, save file's gone when you close out of the browser. So it's just one of those things where it's like, I've never really got to see the end. Probably the worst games were Green Eggs and Ham, and the disappointment that was the Banjo. Yeah. that Banjo game. Oh, man, that Banjo game. Yeah, the Green Eggs and Ham game, I mean, it's just complete license trash. Not like, it's basically what you'd expect. It's just complete garbage. But the Banjo game, I mean, I'm sure Rare were trying. I'm not going to say that they were, like, knowingly making garbage. But, man, is it not good. Game Boy Advance came out in a bad time. It came out in a time where a ton of companies were trying to kind of compete with what the consoles had. So you had a lot of top-down games. The only one that I know that actually holds up, that people still enjoy, is GTA Advance, where it's technically like the third GTA game, because the first two were top-down games on the PS1, and I think the second one was on the Dreamcast. And GTA Advance is actually like a pretty competent third game in the series that's also top-down. And they would actually use that style again for Chinatown Wars on the DS. So pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I think they just want to try. Medal of Honor Underground, I'm sure, is on that list of terrible games. And yeah, that's genuinely... And again, it's one of those things where I don't think they were wanting to make a garbage game. They were trying so hard. It's kind of like what I was saying with the Banjo platformer, where they were trying to compete with what was on the PS2 and Xbox at that time. And they just really tried their hardest to make a first-person shooter. And yeah, it sucks. And yeah, there are way better first-person shooters. I think Doom 2 came out before Medal of Honor Underground, so Medal of Honor really has no excuse, especially for a big company like EA. But I still feel like that they were like really trying to make something there, and it just didn't go the way they wanted it to. And then Sonic Genesis. Yeah, Sonic Genesis wasn't terrible. I mean, I'll say this. Take Sonic 1 out of the picture and have it be... like, I mean, take the background of Sonic 1 out of the picture and... yeah, I mean, I can understand you saying it's not terrible, but it's a really bad game. I mean, because essentially, I mean, the Game Boy Advance could handle a Sonic game. Sonic Advance is a clear, thing of that. They could handle it. And for some reason, it plays terribly. It's laggy. It's got like really badly compressed audio for some reason that's trying to mimic the Genesis version, and the screen is so crunched in, and it's like Sonic Advance did it well. Just honestly, and I'm not gonna say this very often, they should have just got Dimps in to do the port. Dimps obviously knew what they were doing with the Sonic Advance games. If they did the port, I think it'd be fine. But they got another company to do the port. Either Sega themselves, if Sega themselves or Dimps did the port, I honestly don't think it would turn out as bad as it is. But it's like, yeah, it's like weirdly laggy and it's choppy, and apparently, I think I looked it up, like the bosses, the bosses sometimes don't detect you hitting them, and it's just like, yeah. The screen crunch in Mega Man and Bass is much worse than Sonic Genesis. Sonic Genesis feels like a rush port of Sonic 1. I mean, yeah, I'm not disagreeing that Mega Man and Bass has a worse... I mean, Mega Man and Bass... Well, I think with Mega Man and Bass, it's much worse. Not so much that the screen crunch itself is like more crunched in, but Mega Man requires a lot more vertical stuff. You really need to know what's on top of you and what you're gonna land on than Sonic. And then, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a rush port of Sonic 1, but, I mean, the GBA could handle a port of Sonic 1. And if it's rushed, I'm sorry, but it's a port of Sonic 1, a game that came out in 2000... Not 2000, a game that came out in 1991. Why was it rushed? What reason was it rushed? There's nothing new added to the game. It's not like Sonic 06 where they wanted to make a big magnum opus and it just ended up that way. It's like, no, it was just a port of Sonic 1. There's no excuse for it. I mean... Not doing very well. Okay. Yeah, I gotta admit, I may be the first to say, I do not like the bosses in this game. Every single one of them I don't really find to be that cool. All of them either have a weird gimmick that I find to be really annoying, or are just generally too difficult. Like, there's a frog boss later on that's just so annoying. Okay, I guess I didn't... Okay. I guess I didn't get that. Oh! Okay! The Sonic Classics collection on DS properly demonstrates how to emulate Sonic. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, but, like, yeah, I think that's why so many people don't like Sonic Genesis, is that it's really unexcusable for why it... Okay. I'm just not even gonna try for that one. I don't really know how you're intended to get it. Unless there's, like, a strategy that I'm missing? Oh! Huzzah! But, like, yeah, I mean, I think that's why so many people don't like it, is it's really unexcusable for why it's such a bad port. I mean, rushed games are one thing, but for something as simple as a port to be rushed is really inexcusable. I mean... Because a Sonic 1 port shouldn't take more than... Okay. You see why I don't like these bosses? A Sonic 1 port really shouldn't take that much time at all. Actually, it should be insanely easy to do. And again, get Dimps on it. I mean, Dimps would have probably done a really good job of it. But instead you got whatever company you got for it. I don't know. I keep on forgetting what the company is. Is there... I'm supposed to, like, wait for something? I'm supposed to wait for this. Yay, I did it! I think the thing with Sonic Genesis is that now Sonic 1 has been ported to so many times to better hardware, making the GBA port seemed kind of pointless in comparison. I mean, for 2006, it wasn't pointless. I can say that. I mean, do I think there was a need to put Sonic 1 on Genesis? Not really, but... but, I mean... I don't think it was pointless. In you know, the year it came out, but definitely nowadays. I mean, yeah, you never see people, you know, play Sonic Genesis, and the only reason that they think about it or play it is because of how, you know, how bad it is. So, I honestly think though, like, Classic Collection came out on DS, and it's a really good collection. Really, actually, it's great. But if you really think about it, a GBA game is about... It can hold, like, 10 megabytes? 15, 20, maybe? It's probably even more than that, if you really want to do it. They could have just ported Sonic 1, 2, and 3. If they ported all 3 over to it, And then if they ported all three, and all three of them kind of ran a little bit badly, it's like, okay, yeah, I kind of understand that. You're trying to port 3 games to the Game Boy Advance onto 1 cartridge. And you might be saying, like, well, no, it's just a bit too much. They had a Genesis collection on the Game Boy Advance that included Revenge of Shinobi, Echo the Dolphin, and Sonic Spinball. I mean, and besides the music, which, the music was absolutely terrible in those games. Besides the music, the ports were really, really good. And I think they were done by Sega in-house. By the way, this is Black Betty. This is a song that might get claimed. I'm not really sure. Again, it's a different rendition, but it is actually the same backing track. So, you know, the guitars are the same. So I'm not totally sure. I love the music stages in this game. Oh, the music stages are so good. Oh, I missed one lump. I missed one. Yeah, copyright warning. Yeah, I mean, it's a different rendition, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see when this gets uploaded, whether it's gonna get copyright striked or not. Mega Man Zero was also quite difficult to understand. Yeah. I got an achievement for that. Yay. Okay, that's gonna be it for Rayman Legends. Now I'm gonna swap to a... Actually, wait, let me go ahead and do this. I'm gonna swap to a different game after this. Yeah, this is weird. The original... This is the only thing that was actually, in my opinion, better in the, in, like, the Wii U, PS Vita, and PS4 version, is you just kind of tap this to get this away, but, here you have to, with both analog sticks, control 2 fingers. Which is kind of odd. Remember, I got claimed for the instrumental of a song in the Sonic ROM hack. You never know. Yeah, I mean, if it gets claimed, whatever. If it gets claimed, I'll just either delete the stream, or I think YouTube has an automated way to actually, it'll like add, over the parts that they claim, it'll add like, you know, you can either like decide to mute the parts that they claim, or you can decide to have like stock music, I think. But if that option isn't available, I'll just I mean, you can still watch it on Twitch for 30 days, and if anybody really cares, they can just save it, you know. Okay, music is very bad. Hey, it's Origins, yay. Because mainly, I mean, this stream is done just because I'm bored. And because, you know, I like to play games, and talk with an audience of 1 person. You know, if it doesn't get uploaded, who cares? But I'm gonna press my luck on this one. I mean, like I said, I'm obviously not gonna just start playing copyrighted music. Like, I'm not just gonna play, like, Lego Indiana Jones, because that entire soundtrack is copyrighted. But I'm gonna test my luck on this one. I feel like it probably won't get claimed. Because it is just an instrumental that is blocked out by my voice most of the time, and is also blocked out by the sound effects of the game and such. So I got a feeling that it might not. Okay, that's it for Rayman Legends. Let's see what else I got. I'm just looking through my physical and digital games. Mostly, these are both digital games. I haven't actually picked up a physical game yet. On the physical side of things, I haven't got a lot. I've got Brutal Legend, which might actually get copyright claimed. I'm not totally sure. I think all the songs are made for the game, but I think they are still performed by... I got disconnected from Xbox Live for some reason, and I got reconnected. Okay. Is the stream still going?
It appears our little race has reached the finish line. The only thing finished
are we all good?
is you, Professor Z.
Anyway, and then I've got GTA 4, which is a definite no, because that game has a lot of licensed music. Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo Anniversary, Halo Reach, Plants vs. Zombies, Portal 2, Sonic Unleashed, Zuma's Revenge, Lego DC Supervillains, Lego Movie Video Game, which I can just mute the parts, or in-game, just turn off the music whenever whenever everything is awesome comes on. Lego Marvel Collection, which I can't play Avengers, but I can play the other ones. New Super Lucky's Tale, Pac-Man, The Ghostly Adventures 2, Rare Replay, and Transformers, sorry, Dead Space. Let's not forget the time where I got claimed for Open Your Heart. Yeah. You know, speaking of Lego Marvel's Avengers, okay, you get claimed for the weirdest songs, and yet I did a stream of Lego Marvel's Avengers, and I didn't get claimed for it. And I'm sure that stream included, like, the Avengers theme at some point. So... you think Disney would be, like, hounding me down for that, but no, I didn't get claimed for it. I still haven't. I have to do training.
Chrome Training Academy.
Welcome to the I'm from the worst Cars movie.
Back to reality for a moment.
I've heard good things. I mean, okay.
Welcome to
So,
preparation simulation. Shall we begin?
If you've never played a Cars game before, Cars 2 is good. Here's the thing, though. There was 3 Cars games that came out before this. All 3 of them were better than this. This game isn't bad, it's just painfully mediocre. It's better than Cars 3, the video game. Not by much, but it is better, in my opinion. But, yeah, it's just very meh, in my opinion. The main reason it's so meh is, the main reason it's so meh is because...
Now, as an agent,
it's just, the missions get... It's a mission-based game, and they get kind of boring after a little while, and... Cars 3, I think, Cars 3 is worse, because they basically take this mission structure and just continue it. Like, if you remember, Cars 3 has nothing to do with spies, and yet they still include, like, spy mission stuff for no reason. For absolutely no reason, they include spy stuff, and I don't know why. So you have, like, basic driving, which I think is fine. It fits the Cars formula. And then you have, like, spy stuff for no reason. Like, Cars 3 was not a spy movie. International on GBA was pretty good. Yeah. The DS version is also pretty good.
Shall we, Finn?
Easy as a Sunday drive.
Don't play Cars 1 on GBA, though. Cars 1 sucks on GBA.
Thank you. Finn.
Cars 1 is, first off, made by a different team. I forgot who made Cars 1 on GBA, but it was different than Mater National. And Cars 1 on GBA... Cars 1 on GBA is like a top-down racing game that's like really fast, and the screen crunch makes it so where you can barely see what's ahead of you. And it's really, really difficult, and it's annoying, and yeah, don't play Cars 1.
Well done.
Unless you want to for the stream, because it's a bad game. I mean, I have played Cars 1 on GBA when I was younger, and I hated it. Yeah, I did too. In terms of Cars games, Cars 1 is the best on consoles. Like, okay, on consoles in terms of Cars games, because the GBA games, every single Cars game every single Cars game that had both a console and a handheld release are completely different from the handheld release. But in terms of stuff on consoles, Cars 1 is the best. Mater National is the second best. Race-O-Rama is the third. And then probably Cars 2 and Cars 3. So actually, it just goes in order of when they were released. It just goes in order of when they were released in terms of quality, in my opinion. They progressively got worse. It's like, Mater National isn't bad on consoles. It's just a lot shorter than Cars 1 and has less to explore. Cars 1, seriously, like, it has this, like, massive open world, and they got a lot of the voice actors back, and, it really feels like an extension of the Cars universe. It's a really great game. And then Cars Mater National, they didn't get any of the voice... I think they got Larry the Cable Guy back, but they didn't get any of the other voice cast back. And it just was a lot shorter. It was about half the length, and Radiator Springs was, like, cut in half. Like, in Cars 1, you had a lot to explore. You could explore the entirety of Tailfin Pass, the entirety of Ornament Valley, a big wide open area of Radiator Springs, with tons of, like, just areas you never even go to in the main gameplay, but if you just want to explore, you can, and you'll find, like, a bunch of stuff. It was cool. Mater National pretty much shrunk the entire hub world down by half, and it's just not much to explore. There's not a lot of secrets.
I better pick it up.
And of course, like I said, I think Larry the Cable Guy is the only guy they got back. They got a replacement. They got a decent sounding replacement for Lightning McQueen. I wonder if I could pull off a PS2 segment. I mean, you tried PS2 with the Shrek stream, and it didn't really end that great. I know you played most of them on GameCube, but you did try and play, I think it was Shrek Super Party? I think it was Super Party and... Shrek Super Party and Shrek Carnival games. And both of them didn't really run that great, so... You could try. I think probably, though, the best one would be PS1. That's really easy to emulate, and there's a lot of great games that I could recommend. Also, Dreamcast would be really easy to emulate, and there's a lot of great games. PSP, there's really a lot of great games, and really easy to emulate. I don't know about PS2 or GameCube. Shrek Carnival Craze and Super Party were a complete disaster. Yeah. Well, I mean, that entire stream was just filled with lagginess. Yeah, in my opinion, the entire Shrekathon was a complete disaster, because on your end, all the games were laggy, and on my end, all the games were so quiet that you couldn't hear the games at all. The games were, like, insanely quiet, and I didn't realize until after it was uploaded.
Excellent. Now let's focus.
If anything, we might actually, if anything, if you'd be okay with it, because I think I'd be fine with it, we could redo the entire Shrek-a-thon and try it again. Because I'd probably, I mean,
Ready to
well, first off, better PC, so I could get that last Shrek game. For some reason, Shrek on the PS1 just didn't run well, emulated, and that's because I was using my old PC, but now that I got a new one, that PS1 game would run fine, and I might have a little bit more to say about the GBA ones, because I've forgotten everything about them. I think the only one that I slightly remember is, like, the only one I slightly remember is, Shrek Smackdown or whatever it's called. Shrek Super Slam. And that's just because Vinny played it before. Vinny also played that on his GBA game stream, so I kind of know it from that. Spongeathon and Sonic 30th cannot waive it. Yeah, I just wish I had more stuff to show for the Spongeathon. It's sting. You know what? Like, the Spongeathon, it was great, and I think it turned out really, really well. But man, I only had 3 games to show off, and 2 of them weren't really SpongeBob games. They were just games that included SpongeBob. Yeah.
In the zone.
Brilliant. Now that
And then the
we've
Sonic 30th
Turbo boost.
anniversary
We're
marathon
going
was
to
also
use
great. I think
more to
I really
go
like that.
in the zone. This happens when your energy activates your Chrome-issued speed boost. Since it's much more powerful than a simple turbo.
Redoing the
it
Shrekathon would be a great
requires
idea. We
great
could
deal
do it
more
in
energy
December
to
since I'm
perform.
redoing old streams then. Yeah, that might work. The only problem is, I mean, the whole reason we did the Shrekathon was because it was Shrek's 20th anniversary, and we did it around the time that it was actually Shrek's 20th anniversary. So it's like, I mean, doing it in December, yeah, it still technically is the 20th anniversary of it, but like, you know, it was cool because it was like, actually, we did it around the time the 20th anniversary was happening.
Well
So, I don't know.
To the Crow Training Academy.
I'd like to do it. I think it would be pretty cool, but, you know, I mean, the theme would just be Shrek this time. It wouldn't be, like, the 20th anniversary of Shrek. It would just be Shrek. But yeah, I wouldn't mind doing it, because I could do the Game Boy Advance games again. I could do the PS1 game. Now it runs well. Crazy. Oh man, you can get that to a full 4 bars, but you gotta really mash it.
No, you don't. You should try using the slow lane.
Yeah, the only thing I can say is like truly great about this though is that the driving controls are really nice, and they were actually carried over to Disney Infinity. So it's the same driving controls there as they are here, which that's nice. I mean, the driving controls are really, really tight and feel great. So I'm glad that they were carried over.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm really confused why on Xbox the only Cars games that are backwards compatible is this and Mater National. Not Cars 1, not Cars Race-O-Rama, just this and Mater National. I don't know why those 2 specific games are backwards compatible. I only thought of like 2 possible ideas, and it's because licensed music, but Mater National has Life is a Highway and a couple other licensed songs, so that doesn't count then. And then I thought maybe like, oh, maybe voice actors. Well, Owen Wilson was not in the Owen Wilson wasn't in Race-O-Rama, so why not include Race-O-Rama as well? Actually, Race-O-Rama would be the Race-O-Rama would be the like the easiest possible game to port over because that one had no licensed music, not a single licensed song, and didn't have any of the. I think it had like one of the voice actors that came back. I don't even think they got Larry the Cable Guy. I think they only got like one of the voice actors back, possibly none. So that would have probably been the easiest one to bring back, but no, Mater National was the one they got back. And the thing that stinks is that, like, Mater National, I don't know what they did to it, but it looks amazing. On Xbox, it actually looks better than this, and it looks better than Cars 3 on Switch. It looks like a current gen game. I don't know what they did to it. I don't know whether they upped the resolution or something. I know some Xbox 360 games are actually like look slightly better and run slightly better. But seriously, like, man, Cars International looks great. There would be times where during a race, I'd bump into a wall because I was looking at the scenery. It looks genuinely good. I don't know what it is about that game. I don't know what they did to it, but man, it looks great. It looks really, really good. Hey, nice, I got an achievement for that. There's an achievement for a lot of these. I just got them already because I probably got them on Xbox 360. It would just be a Shrek slipper, yeah. My 3DS came with DS copies of Mater National and Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. I sold both of them. Yeah, I mean, Mater National on DS is good. I don't think it's as good as the GBA game, but it's still good. Sonic and Sega, though, man, that brings me back. That brings me back. I spent so much time on Sonic and Sega.
Welcome to Chrome's Advanced Training Simulation. You're now ready to learn additional maneuvers to gain energy and defeat your opponents. Next up,
I remember Sonic and Sega on the DS, and I got that before I got the Wii version. And I spent so many hours playing that. I completed all 99 missions. I completed all the cups.
begin your move.
Yeah, that game was so much fun. I don't know if it's that much fun now. I think I need to play it again. It's been a really long time since I played it.
Oh dear.
But yeah, it's I remember lots of good memories of that.
Brilliant.
I mean, if we're talking about the handheld versions of Cars games, I already talked about Cars 1 and 2. Race-O-Rama, I haven't played enough of it. And then Cars 2 on 3DS is actually kind of interesting. Because, as you're seeing, this game is kind of like just... This game is kind of just a mission-based game that doesn't really take place in the film's plot. Cars 2 on 3DS, however, actually is completely on the film's plot. It actually is just a retelling of the story, with, like, you know, races and such, and so it's kind of interesting how...
Good job.
Brilliant. Well done.
Is Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing the good one, or was it Transformed?
Drive backwards.
Okay,
As you know, your steering is reversed.
I have a very different opinion from the rest of the world. I think that Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, the first one, was really, really good.
Very
And
nice,
it's
sir.
probably in my
All right
top
then,
10, maybe
your
top
turn,
5
please.
favorite racing games of all time. Transformed, however,
Fantastic.
I don't really like Transformed. I think the mission-based structure is kind of annoying, and it gets weirdly difficult, and some of the missions are just, like, downright annoying. There's a mission where you have to, like, destroy a tank,
Well
and it's
done.
one of the most just, like, annoying and difficult things I've ever played.
This is a tricky one. The two-wheel
And there's some
balance
there's some
with
like
precision
tank
steering.
destroying missions in
Don't turn too
Transformed
sharply
that
or
I
you'll lose
still
control.
haven't been able to beat because they're just so annoying and take forever. So
Very nice, sir. All right then, your turn, please.
I say that Sonic and All-Stars Racing is the best. Especially if you can get the 360 version, because the 360 version includes Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie in their car from Nuts and Bolts.
Well done.
The Wii version's still good. It includes the Mii as a playable character. Although, however, the PS3 version, sorry PS3 owners, literally includes nothing. I don't know why. It's the only version of the game that includes no extra characters. I don't really know why. But it's cool. But the DLC characters are cool too. Like Rio is a DLC character. I got one more.
Here we go then.
Rio is a DLC character, and he drives a forklift, which I kind of find kind of funny. There you go. I don't even think Rio's in Transformed as a playable character. The only DLC character in Transformed is Metal Sonic. I will say this, though. I mean, the character roster is... I wouldn't say worse in Transformed. It's interesting. Both games... Oh, man, I was so close to getting it. Transformed has a good amount of characters, and some ones that are actually not ones you'd expect. Like, Transformed includes, like, the Shinobi guy, which is a character that is not really included in a lot of stuff, and it includes Knights, which is a character that's not really included in a lot of, or well, nah, she's included, but, I mean, it includes Knights as a playable character, stuff like that. It includes Rystar as the kind of flag person. So, I mean, I wouldn't say the character roster is, like, that amazingly different, but on the other hand, Transformed includes the Choo-Choos from Choo Choo Rocket and the Bonanza Brothers, which I think are really awesome because I love the Bonanza Brothers, and the ship from Fantasy Zone, which I think is really cool because that's never included in stuff. And I think both games include Alex Kidd. But it's just like... Yeah, so... it's kind of a tough tie. Also, Transformed includes Wreck-It Ralph, which isn't even a character from a Sega franchise, but I think that's really cool. Oh, here's one thing I don't like about Cars 2. So there's a timer that's set for 40 minutes. Well, it's just going to keep on going. And I already got a gold medal. It's not like you get more points for getting a bunch of points, like, past the gold medal. So I just sit here. There are many, many missions in this game where you just sit and wait for the timer to run out. There's a mission... It's most annoying when there's a mission type where Professor Z is trying to attack you, and you're supposed to destroy his minions in a certain amount of time. Well, most time, like 9 times out of 10, you get the timer, like, you get the gold, like 2 minutes before you end. So I'm just sitting there like, okay, I guess I'll watch YouTube then, while I wait for the timer to run out. Cars 3 doesn't do that. Cars 3 doesn't have stuff like that. Shrek Sampler might have Shrek Forever After and Superstar cards from PS3 since I can use a capture card. Ooh! Okay, I'll give you a recommendation. DreamWorks Superstar cards is actually pretty good. I think Superstar cards is pretty cool. And if I knew we were going to do this, I would have given you my copy of Shrek Forever After. I totally would have given it to you. I had a copy of Shrek Forever After, and I sold it because the game's awful. Shocker. The game's really, really bad. But if I knew that we were doing this, I would have totally just given you my copy of Shrek Forever After. Who knows though? It might still be a game exchange. It's only like $8. You know what? No, I'm gonna play as the new character.
I know what
I'm gonna play as Francesco Bernoulli. But yeah, Superstar Cards is actually really cool. I really, really like Superstar Cards. It's got a good character roster, and it's got some good stuff in it, and I like the, I played, surprisingly, the 3DS version. I played that version a lot, and I loved it. And the 3DS version is kind of a almost one-to-one port. Oh no, I almost so close. Of the console version. No! A lemon, a generic lemon is passing me. No!
Energy reach acquired. Oil slick acquired.
I like the Mater costumes from this movie. Oh yeah, Mater, yeah. Oh, also... oh. Are there any other Shrek games that come out? What kind of PS3 do you have? Do you have like a Model 1 or a Slim or... Also, I just now realized if you're gonna do like capture card, Shrek Treasure Hunt. Shrek Treasure Hunt on PS1 is like $5. It's really cheap, and I think I saw it last time I went to Vintage Dock. So that thing is still coming at me, is it? Really? It's still coming at me? How long am I gonna wait? Oh, there it is. No! That's like the blue shell in this game, but it takes forever to get to you.
Check this one out.
Oh man, no! I was gonna... It's not a Model 1, so it can only play PS3 games. Do you not know that it can play PS1 games? Because any model PS3 can play physical PS1 games. I don't know if you knew this or not. But yeah, any model PS1 can play, or any model PS3 can play PS1 games. It's only PS2 games that are locked to a Model 1 PS3. Wait, it can play Okay, yeah. Yeah, it can play PS1 games. Physical ones. It up-reses them to HD, and it can allow you to, it has a digital memory card, situation. Yeah, that's what I use to play my PS1 games. If you want, I can just give you one of my PS1 games to test it out with for your first time, but yeah, any model PS3 can play PS1 games. Without hacking. No, without hacking. No. It's just built into the console. It's built into the console. Two of my first PS1 games that I got for the PS3 was Monopoly, Frogger. Oh, okay, that's 3. Monopoly, Frogger, and Monsters Inc. Scream Team. But yeah, yeah, without hacking. It's just a normal function. It's just built into the PS3. There's no achievements or anything. It won't like show you online playing a PS1 game, but you can play them. It has digital memory cards that will just there's like digital memory card slots. I can finally get that copy of Mega Man X5 that's been sitting there at Vintage Stock for months. Isn't that copy like $40? I mean, do you really? I mean, well, you're a Mega Man enthusiast, so you might want to spend that much. But do you really want to spend that much on Mega Man 5 X5. I mean, don't get me wrong, X5's a great game, but I mean, you do own the Legacy Collection, so it's 30. Again, I mean, not gonna judge, but you do own the X Legacy Collection, so... But yeah, I just recently bought a copy of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 on the PS1. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It uprises them to HD. It allows DualShock support. So if you're playing like Crash Warped. If you're playing Crash Warped! No, my thumb is not fast enough for that. Shrek Extra Large is returning in all of its laggy glory. Oh, is it still laggy? Well, I mean, have you tried DS emulation? It's not that hard to set up. You just need to like change a few options, and DS emulation is pretty easy to do, especially since you have better computers than I do. But DS emulation, if you want to do that, gets you Carnival games, Shrek's Carnival games, Shrek the Third, Shrek Super Slam, Shrek Forever After, and DreamWorks Superstar Cards on the DS, which you might think is actually just a port, but it's actually a completely separate game. I think it's made by the International developers. They just made a lot of racing games on the DS. Okay, time for you to die. Time for you to die. Come on. There you go! Oh, snap. I forgot to change the game to Rayman to to Cars 2. What I was wanting to do is every time I change a game, I have the title of the stream be changed to the game's title. Whoops, forgot to do that. There we go. Well, the stream will go on for a bit longer, so. No! Oh, no, I missed! Yep. Okay. Whoa, I didn't mean to... No, stop! Come on, just give me a little bit more. Got it, you're dead. You're dead.
Look at me go. It's like poetry in motion.
Whoa! You're progressively getting closer to me. Where are you going? You going over here? Okay.
Oh, did you scratch me?
You're dead! Oh no, that means like... Oh, I forgot Ogres and Donkeys was a game. I forgot that was a game. And now remembering it, I don't want to remember. And I want to be put to sleep. I completely forgot that that was a game. Oh, I pity you. Good luck. Good luck. If you're wanting to play Ogres and Dronkies. Oh, that game's terrible. You said about beautiful women? What? Okay, that's gonna be it for Cars 2. I think I'm done. I love how the title of the stream changed, like, right when I was about to quit, so I'm gonna have to change it again. But yeah, that's it for Cars 2. So let me get another... game. Hooray! Yeah, I want to get that US. I love games that have both a UK and a US language setting. Oh, snap, this uses a scenes from the movie. Okay. Have I even played this game on this console? Syncing data for the Lego Movie. Nice. Do I have a save data here? No Lego Movie. Yeah. Okay. So I haven't even started this game. I think I just booted it to test, and then I never got around to playing it. This is another one of those games I had on like 8 different consoles. I originally had the Wii U version, and I played that twice, and then I had once, and then I have the Xbox One. No, it was just.
This is all very dramatic, isn't it? If we survive this onslaught,
Here I can show. I love this game. Why did I sell it? I mean, good for you for loving it, but it's not one of my favorite Lego games. It's actually pretty low on the list.
Point the laser at them. Oh, can't you do anything right?
So here's my
When we get back to the office,
my rules for Lego, because Lego games have to have rules.
doesn't look like an approved
this mini level is not an actual level, so I'm not going to collect the studs. Oh yeah, you have to.
quickly jump onto the launch button.
Watch out for everything is awesome. Yeah, in the first level, I think it plays.
Well, if robots and lasers.
Hold on, let me pause it. I gotta change it to the Lego Movie on here, on the game itself, or on the. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, watch out for everything. Yeah, in the first level, I think it only plays.
Oh, what bold and
I think it only plays in a dance sequence. And I know when that you can pause during the dance sequence. So once it starts up, I'll just mute the audio and then unmute it whenever I get to the dance sequence.
Okay, we're gonna try the laser again. And this time, guys, I don't want you to disappoint me. I want to see them cut in half. You understand? I will also accept cutting their heads off. What are you doing? Don't aim it there. Why are you sabotaging me?
We can
Another
build another
rocket, Vitruvius? Are you gonna miss me with that one as well? You missed again. I didn't even flinch that time.
Leave this to me.
Look at me, Vitruvius. I'm quaking in my massive, powerful boots. Except
Got you just where I want you. Business.
Oh, I ran out of 7-Up. And I'm not gonna get up, so no more 7-Up for this stream. What if I get copyright claim for like the half second of footage that I show? Like they noticed that like 30 milliseconds of footage that I showed after playing the terrible elf game. I think I get an impression of him. Why did I get an achievement? Oh, because I finished the prologue. Right. Oh. Walk faster! In Lego games nowadays, they have the characters like start walking normally and then they'll run really fast if you're in a hub world. But this game doesn't have that, so you walk really slow. In comparison, that is. Oh boy, it's the first level! Yay! Blah blah. Everything. That's enough. It's claimed. It's getting claimed. Okay, so now I have to destroy everything to build up the bar. And then even after the bar is built up, I'm still going to destroy everything because I want to buy more characters. So there's going to be this level is probably going to take twice as long as what a normal person will play because I'm just going to be destroying everything. Literally everything. Everything that I see will be destroyed. That's the philosophy of my life. Oh yeah, I don't have the drill yet. Here, I'll play as the character that only appears one other time in the entire game. There you go. And that never appeared in the movie. I could do the PS2 version of some of the GameCube games. I mean, yeah, if they work, that would work. As for GameCube games, Smash and Crash Racing came out on GameCube. Or no, the PS2 version. Okay, so on the PS2, Smash and Crash Racing, Shrek 2, Shrek 2, Super Slam, and then version? I think that's it. As for GameCube, I think only Smash and Crash, Super Slam, and Shrek 2 came out on GameCube. I own Shrek 2. And I still haven't found a copy of Super Slam or Smash and Crash Racing. I hope to. I really want to find a copy of those games. Smash and Crash Racing is on PSP. Oh, right. Okay, be aware of that. I tried emulating that, and it just crashed. So, every time I tried to play it, it just crashed. So, probably the Vim's Lair version is not going to be very useful. And I don't know where else has PSP emulators. But, that being said, if Shrek the Third doesn't work on PS2, if it's laggy, Shrek the Third did come out on PSP, and the one on Vim's Lair is fine. It works great. So,
Excellent instructions. Now we have
so that's a PSP game that'll work. Yeah, I really wish I had some Shrek representation on PS or on PS4 or Xbox, and I don't. All my Shrek representation is on the GameCube. Because there's no backwards compatible Shrek games on the Xbox One, and there's no Shrek games that ever came out since, like, I think Carnival Games was the last Shrek game, maybe? Like, specifically Shrek game. I think Carnival Games was the last one. They haven't really made any Shrek games after Shrek. Or no, well, wait, no, Forever After. I think Forever After was the last specifically Shrek game.
So nice of you to grace us with your presence. I need you pair to do some deconstruction.
Shrek the Third's PS2 ROM was broken when I tried it. I'll probably do the PSP version. Yeah, the PSP version runs fine. I used the PSP version ROM for quite a while. Although I'm gonna buy the Wii version. And the Wii version has you shake like a ton. It's not like terrible shaking, but to do regular punches you have to shake. And to show off the shaking, they actually made a brand new model of Pinocchio with a Wii remote and nunchuck, and it looks really weird. It looks like weirdly low quality compared to the rest of the game. And I'm assuming that's just because they kind of like cobbled together a model of Pinocchio with a Wiimote nunchuck just for the Wii version. Because I don't think a Pinocchio model ever appears in the entirety of the game except for the Wii version. Yeah, later on, I start using Batman to destroy Lego objects, but for now, since I only have Emmett, I'm just going to use his drill to get stuff out of the way quickly. Batman's great because whatever he batarangs, the studs just immediately go towards you. They don't actually, you don't have to actually collect them. So it makes the levels a lot faster. Again, it's weird. I know I'm kind of one of the few people that play Lego games like this. I'm sure there's another person out there that plays Lego games with this kind of like rule set. You know, where you can only really collect studs in, well, you can collect studs in the hub world. It's just you don't have to. And you have to collect studs in the main levels. You can't just like miss out on studs. I'm sure there's other people that play the game like this. I'm sure there are. I'm sure I'm not the only one. But I know it is kind of weird. But that's how I've always played Lego games, and I kind of like it that way. You know, it's kind of funny because it's one of those things where I'll watch like a Let's Play of a Lego game, and I'll be shocked. I'll be completely shocked when like when they just skip Lego studs, or like they just don't break anything. I'm like, dude, you're missing so much. And it's like, well, some people play Lego games just by, you know, going through the level, point A to point B. And I'm like, huh, it's just weird because I've never really played Lego games like that. I never really found it fun to just kind of go... Honestly, if you just go through point A and point B, it's honestly really boring for me. It's like the breaking stuff that really adds the fun element to it, and collecting the studs. And going for all the mini kits. That is in one run. I don't really like to go out... I don't really like to go for the mini kits after I've beaten the game. But for the ones that are available to get on your first go, I try and get every single one that I can get.
Is that so much to ask? Lousy machine.
I might randomly throw in the B-movie game since Shrek the Third had a trailer for... Oh yeah, I forgot. Actually, you know what's interesting? Shrek the Third on... Okay, Shrek the Third on PS2, PSP, and Wii just have a trailer for it. But on the Xbox 360, it has a full playable demo. Yeah, since the Xbox 360 has a certain thing where like you can actually go into a demo via the game itself. There's a few games that took advantage of that. The only other one that I know of is like on the original Xbox, Voodoo Vince did that, where it had like a demo of the game inside the game itself. And on the Xbox 360, Xbox Live Arcade compilation disc had a demo of like Marble Blast Ultra and a couple other games. But yeah, there's actually a full playable demo of the movie game, which, because the game is now taken off of Xbox 360 servers, that demo is no longer downloadable, so Shrek the Third's the only way you'll be able to play it. If you ever wanted to play the B-movie game demo, I mean, it's a good game, but like the demo is very basic, and it's just like it does like one mission, I think, or one not mission. It does the opening hub world sequence, and then you get to play like you get to play like one of the mini games, and that's it. Just a very basic demo, just to kind of show you what the game is like.
That's only half of them.
I own the B-movie game on the Wii.
I'm sure someone up there picked them up.
The Wii version is kind of interesting. The Wii version is slightly different than the other versions of the game. It's got some like motion-controlled stuff, and because of it, it's got the mini games are slightly changed. Interesting thing. I mean, it's not for most people, but you know, for me. For me, it's a slightly interesting thing. Where do I go from here? Oh, right.
We'll need to reverse that conveyor belt if you want to get up to the roof. So, you got any idea how to get to the switch?
Super Slam might be annoying because my other options are the PS2 version or the DS one. Yeah, the DS one, I don't really know much about, but it looks kind of weird. And the PS2 version, I think, was really laggy, so... Yeah, if the GameCube version... is laggy, I mean, I guess you could play the DS one, but yeah, the DS one isn't very good. It's kind of weird. I don't know much about it, because I've never really cared to buy it. I've never really cared to kind of watch footage of it, or buy it, but it looks, just from like still images, it looks kind of weird. Hey, did you know? Fairy Tale Freakdown. Yeah, Fairy Tale Freakdown was part of my stream, since I could also load it up through the same emulator. It'll probably be the, if we do redo this stream, it'll probably be the Ender. I'm probably not going to do the PS1 because I'd have to re-download my PS1 emulator, and I really don't want to have to do that. So you could probably do the PS1 game. What's it called? Or, no, yeah, well, no. I presume you're just going to buy it physically. It's really cheap and it's awful, so that would be fun. So yeah, since Fairy Tale Freakdown is my one non-GBA game, it'll probably be the game that I end off the stream with. What is this song? Okay, no. Everything is Awesome only starts playing when both speakers are plugged in. Because that's when the dance sequence starts. That and I might just get it physically, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I've seen a copy of Shrek Treasure Hunt that has just been sitting there at Vintage Stock for ages, and it's only $5, so that might be just a really easy game to buy physically. Okay, that's the backing instrumental. That's the backing instrumental, so... Oh, hold B. I was just tapping it a bunch. No, I can't pause! I can't pause! It's okay. It's okay. No music's playing. Okay. Thanks, random dude. Oh, I do need to turn subtitles on. Turn motion blur off. It's just ambient noise. It's just ambient noise.
Wow.
This is really awkward.
Slick moves.
I love this. I love how I like a situation where everybody starts dancing to nothing. Just the ambient noises of the work zone.
Have you been taking dance lessons?
Groovy. Nice moves.
All right.
I find your dance skills intimidating.
Get down.
Ambient noise is my favorite track from the Lego Movie. I got pants for this.
Yeah, nice dance moves, pal.
Fair's fair. Here's those instructions.
Okay, I think we're good now. Nope. Okay, now we're good.
Right. Build me a wrecking ball.
Okay, I guess we're still not. I guess the rest of this stage has the song playing.
Now take a big swing and knock down that eyesore. Yeah, and again.
How do I... There you go.
Nice, and just in time too.
I'm going to the sport... This level's still going? Okay, now I can turn music back on. There you go. I'm going to the sports bar tonight and getting giant sausages, I think? Or no, it's Who Loves Giant Sausages? No, I'm getting chicken wings and going crazy. And then Who Wants Giant Sausages? Who wants to share a croissant with this guy? Yeah. Okay, camera kind of figured it out for a second. Okay, person who has played this game more than me. Is there a way to get to this area? I've always tried to go to that blue stud area, and I've never been able to get there. Is there actually a way to get to that, or is that just like for jokes? Oh no. Yeah, everything's awesome. Great. Okay. I really like this song. I think all you have to do is hold right and jump. I went through there and I replayed this level. Oh, okay. I always constantly tap right, thinking that maybe, like, constantly tapping it would do something, but... Okay, time to add characters. Bing. Yeah, this is made by Traveler's Tales Fusion, which means most of these characters are really, really expensive. I don't know why. Traveler's Tales Fusion, which does the handheld LEGO games, for some reason normally likes to have characters be really, really expensive. Okay, it's an hour 40, which means I think I've been playing this game for like 20 to 30 minutes, and I know what the next level is, and I'm not in the mood to play it, so... I think I'm going to stop LEGO Movie for right now, and I think I'll probably just stop the entire stream for right now. I played 3 games. I guess I could call this a triple pack, then. I mean, I played 3 games, so I guess I could call this another triple pack. I had one triple pack like a month or so ago, where I played Rayman 3 HD and 2 other games, so I think I might also call this a triple pack. So... yeah, that'll be all for this game. Yeah, I'll just call this, like, another Xbox triple pack or something, something like that. I kind of expected to play more than this, but that's alright. So...